Hey, good morning, small business owners. Welcome to Monday Morning Metric. My name is Rebecca Berneck, and I am the founder, CEO, and big head of Office Heads. We are a financial management company located in Evanston, Illinois, so just north of Chicago. We help small business owners manage their finances, anywhere from bookkeeping to accounting, but better yet, how to read your reports, how to pick KPIs, how to grow your business through the lens of numbers. How do you know the story that your numbers tell? So thank you for joining me today. Every Monday, right around 10:30, I jump on Facebook Live and I talk about stuff, talk about numbers, talk about how to run your business through the lens of numbers, and not to get rid of that fear of finance. So this actually is the third part of a three-part series. And, I didn't really know it was a series because I just sort of made it up as I went. But 3 weeks ago, I talked about forecasting sales because here we are in fourth quarter. We want to be preparing for next year. So first, we want to have a roadmap as to what your profitability is going to be and how you're going to run your business. Step number one, we talked about 3 weeks ago, forecasting sales. Is your revenue going to go up? If it is, by how much and when? So we figured out your sales forecasting. And then last week we talked about budgeting. And this is both the cost of sales, which are your direct expenses, those expenses that you have to incur to bring in your revenue, but also all of your operational expenses. So at the end of your sales forecasting and your budgeting exercise, you have this financial model, an Excel spreadsheet that says, this is how much we're bringing in, this is how much is going out, and this is how much I'm going to profit. So, you could take this budget and stick it to your corkboard wall right next to your desk and look at it every day and actually help review it to help you make decisions to grow. But instead, what we like to do, because sometimes people aren't numbers people like I am, you're more word people. So we like to take that budget and that forecast and turn it into what we call a strategic operational checklist. So it really is, what are you going to do when in order to make those numbers that you just said you wanted to make? So what we do then, once you have this budget, and don't forget to put it into QuickBooks, because then you can report against actual to budget. You want to go through and you want to just say, these are the things that I need to do to make my numbers. So you start at the beginning of your P&L, because that's what your budget is. It's a month by month profit and loss statement of what you project to happen. So you start at the top with your revenue. If, for example, you want to increase your revenue by 10%, what does that mean to you? How do you put that into words? So perhaps that means I need to close 3 new clients per month, every month for the year, because that then becomes actionable. This is what you need to do in order to make your numbers. So on the revenue side, what do you need to do in your sales and also, in your marketing to be able to bring in your revenue? Same thing with your cost of goods, your direct expenses. If you're a service business, like Office Heads is a service business, one of my checklists might be, I need to recruit for and hire a new bookkeeper when sales gets to be this dollar amount, because I know that I want my direct labor to be 33% of my revenue. And once that becomes a little bit too high or a little bit too low, I need to be able to bring someone on so I'm not stressing my staff and we can still deliver good work. So there's all of these strategic operational things that you need to do throughout the year in order to make those numbers that you just committed to when you created your forecast and your budget. So, and also, a budget is not a bad word, because I had a client once who was like, you can't tell me what to do. This is my business. I'm like, no one's telling you what to do. You can do whatever you want. But hopefully what you want to do is be profitable and run a healthy business. So, you might want to take clients out for lunch every day. That's great. But if it dips into your profitability, you might want to take away other things in order to afford you that, because it's important to you. Is it important to your vision and your mission and what you're trying to accomplish? So make sure you create this forecast, you create this budget, all the strategic checklist items that are actionable. So instead of having numbers and a budget pinned up, someone's trying to call during Monday Morning Metrics. Sorry about that. So instead of having a budget, instead of having numbers for you to be able to go, okay, what am I going to do month by month by month? you actually have a strategic checklist. And this actually is pretty good too, because what if you need to expand? So by May, I need to expand into larger office space. In July, I want to XYZ. So these are the things that you need to do. And then you can manage against that and you can monitor your success and your progress. Then that goes up to your quarterly reviews. We're all very busy and we're wearing many hats. But the CEO hat is that piece where you're working on your business, not in your business. And nobody's going to tell you to be a CEO unless you make it happen. So what I recommend that you do on a quarterly basis. So finish up your books, January, February, March, and then in April, review your first quarter. Take that operational checklist and say, what did I want to do? Did I accomplish it? Does it match my numbers? If it doesn't match my numbers, what do I need to tweak? Do I need to pivot? And that's the beauty of being a small business, that you can be quick and nimble and make decisions. You don't, wait until the end of the year when you get reports and say, oh man, I should have probably done something differently in February, March. So, if you can do this on a monthly basis, excellent. But if you're going to do it on a quarterly basis, which I think should be the minimum, is take a look at your numbers, take a look at your checklist and see if you could do it. Was it attainable? Did you attain it? Should you celebrate because you met your goals? Excellent. Do you have profit that you get to distribute or pay down debt or put back into the company, or maybe just keep into your business for some additional savings, because you know that 3 times operational expenses is a great goal to have in terms of savings just in the bank for a rainy day. So there you go. Create a strategic, review your budget and your forecast and pull out the actionable items that you as a business owner need to keep an eye on when you're operating your business. So if someone comes into you and says, hey, I want to sell you this big, huge thing, you can go back to your strategic checklist and or your numbers, but your checklist, and say, is that a part of my mission and my goals for this year? If it's not, then say no, because you've got other things that you're trying to accomplish in order to meet your numbers, in order to be profitable, distribute, celebrate, and run a healthy business. So there you go. Thank you for joining us at Monday Morning Metric. Hey, please, use the comment section below and let me know if there's any other topics that you want me to cover, because I talk about what I want to talk about, all with the lens of small business, but I'd love to hear what you want me to talk about. We can cover it and help you answer some questions about running a healthy business. So here we are. The 2018 is winding down. If I don't see you the next 2 Mondays because of the holiday, have a great holiday season. But otherwise, I will see you next Monday. And until then, have a wonderful and profitable week.